Hello everyone and welcome to Gierok Farms. In today's video we are going to be making corn stalk bedding. Starting off here, we got to get her raked up and then we'll be breaking out the flail chopper and the baler. We're gonna have two harvest machines going today. It's gonna be an exciting day. We have finished harvesting all our corn, so I'm feeling really good today. I'm gonna be running the 1650 Oliver with the NewHolland roll bar rake. Dad, he's on the Super MTA down there. Thank you all for watching and tuning in. Let's get to work. Just about done raking. Dad, he's over on that far corner there on that bigger piece that we combined yesterday. I just finished up behind the creek here and we're already having trouble. We're already having breakdowns for the day. One of the teeth here on the rake bent. When I was doing that back cut, I must have hooked some heavy trash or a rock or something, you know. I wanted to grab as much as I could. That came with the consequence of running in the dirt and the weeds, and now I wish I wouldn't have, but it is what it is. It's not too big of a deal. I'm gonna try bending it back here. I did bend it back once already, but I'm sure she's weakened, but we'll see if we can straighten her out one more time, and maybe we'll go over and help Dad once we get it bent back, but I'm feeling he'll be done by the time we get done playing here. Let's try to fix it, or at least try to get it to where it's out of the way for now. Just probably have to replace it. Oh well, my bending didn't last very long. It wasn't quite that bent the first time, but it's weak now and fun. Now I know what some of you are thinking, why didn't you just take that off in the field and keep going? Well, I didn't have the right tools out there. I was starting to strip the head of the bolt off, so like I'll just come back and fix it. He's almost done anyways, so no big deal. There we go, good as new. Just in time for the boss to get back. Like it never happened, right? You guys won't tell on me. We'll probably be heading out there shortly. It's drying quick. Got a lot of sun this afternoon. That's a good thing. Headed out with the baler. I am gonna go do the steeper piece that is probably the driest. It's got the most sun and it's kind of up on the hill, gets the most wind. And then I'm also gonna do behind the creek, but later, where I ended off raking there. Dad's gonna finish feeding up quick for the dairy barn so that he's ready for this evening milking and doesn't have to worry about that if we get late here with taking the bedding off. And then shortly here he'll be jumping in the 7510, going to grab his flail chopper, and he'll start filling boxes down on those two flat pieces in the center of the valley there. Looks like we got a cow having a calf. Maybe we'll be stopped here for a little bit, which is okay. It could dry for a little bit. We got feet hanging here. She's an older cow, so it'll probably go well, but maybe we should help her out. Well, she got up. I was a little worried. She was laying kind of dumb there, but if she's calm enough to get up, we'll probably just leave her be here. We'll leave the four-wheeler here with the supplies in case that calf gets hung up halfway or something. Then we'll be here ready to go. I ain't gonna stir her up any more than she wants to be. We'll just leave everything here by her, and as Dad comes by, he can check on her, and if it's not going well, then he can try to pull her. But when I first drove by, I was kind of worried. Like I said, the way she was laying, it didn't look like it was going well, but we'll give her time. The first bale of the season. See how it's doing. I think 4 wraps might be enough. That's what I have it set to right now, especially being it's not super dry. Let's keep it going. We're moving fields on that half to third of this piece. We got 26 bales according to the monitor, so not too bad. A lot of corn stalks out here. Even though it was probably like an average yield when it came to grain, there was a lot of plant matter out there compared to last year. So, and while I'm headed to that other field, Mom, she sent me a text with an update that it's a girl, and that everything went well, and she went to help later on there and kind of kept an eye on things. So that's a good thing. It's a girl. That's exciting. And as we drive by here, she's tending to her calf. She's licking it off, and I wouldn't be one bit surprised if we see that calf up and walking around by the time we finish this field and are headed back to the yard. That'd be a cool way to end the video, huh? Looks like everything's going good for Dad out here. He's already filled, looks like 2 boxes. And he's working on the 3rd one right now. was wrong. We didn't have a while. Back in action though.
Okay, I moved fields and now I'm on the same one as Dad here. We're on this last little triangle. I'm going to try to take all the short rows and things like that and let him have the big, long, straight ones. So let's finish off strong here. Everything cruising. And just like that, we are done with corn stalks for the day. We got everything that Dad chopped or shredded onto the ground, and he filled up all of the chopper boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chopper boxes. And then as for bales, 43 according to the counter, but I think I had at least 2 that tracked that were just me messing with the baler and having some issues with settings and things like that. So probably 42, 41 bales today. So not a bad afternoon at all. I was able to run pretty fast. I was in C range most of the time once I got comfortable, and on some pretty good going where I didn't have to worry about losing a bale, even on that piece out front that was pretty steep in spots. If one got away from me, it wasn't gonna wreck anything. And of course, that's the field where none of them roll away on me. The ones I set in iffy spots, they just kind of squish down and stay put. And then on the really steep ones with something in the way where it would roll and wreck stuff, then she would and then she would roll. That's how it goes. But we're gonna head back to the yard. I'll blow this baler off quick in the waterway, and then maybe see how that calf is doing, and possibly start moving bales. I'm thinking to at least move these ones behind the creek so we can put the fences back up, and then Dad doesn't have to mess around tomorrow back behind there. But we'll see what's going on once we get back in the yard. My way down, I figure I'd stop and show you the newborn calf here. The proud mama's right over there. She's got the same spots as her mom does, those bigger spots like that. And we got another cow here trying to claim her, trying to be motherly. Isn't that just pretty? Them two cows and the new calf. Yeah, I hear you. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunset today. Ain't even your calf. You should quit worrying so much. Once we get done moving bales here, Dad and Mom are probably gonna move her to the dairy barn, or at least the maternity pen. If that calf doesn't suck by tonight, I imagine Dad will give her a bottle. But before we lose daylight here, we better go help fetch them bales off of that back piece. We got a solid amount of the bales off the field already today. There's maybe 2 more big loads with that round bale mover we made out on that bigger piece that I started out at. But we have good weather for tomorrow, but not a big enough window to shred stalks and bale more. There'll be plenty of time tomorrow, plenty of daylight
to fetch those bales and put them away along with those wagons in the shed. There's no sense in doing that in the dark, being we don't have any rain in the forecast, and it's probably a safer bet to keep those bales out of the shed. There were some spots that were damp, especially that stuff on the other side of the creek there. But I am going to end this one off here. Stay tuned for our other fall videos. We got plenty of work left to do here once we hit that next window, so be on the lookout for those videos. Plenty of bedding to make and other field work. We appreciate you all making it to the end. Remember, subscribe if you haven't already. Like, share, and comment. Check us out, Facebook and Instagram. We have those as well. So that's going to be it. We will see you all next time.